My name is Samantha, and if you're delving into the realm of true scary stories, mine might just give you pause. I've shared my tale on Reddit, seeking solace among others who've encountered the inexplicable. My journey through relationships has been a rocky one, marred by disappointments and heartache. Each time, I found myself discarded, my kindness exploited, and my heart trampled upon. Then came Greg. Our initial days were like a dream: flowers, sweet gestures, and endless conversations. We were inseparable, finding joy in the simplest of things, from cafe outings to subway adventures. But as our relationship deepened, so did my fears, and the familiar pattern began to emerge. The day that marked the unraveling of what we had began like any other, yet ended in a tempest of emotions. Greg and I were amidst the hustle of the city, the air filled with the sounds of life and laughter, a stark contrast to the storm brewing between us. His words, once filled with affection, had taken on a sharper edge, slicing through the warm fabric of our bond with chilling precision. As we stood there, surrounded by the indifferent crowd, his voice rose, laced with irritation. Each word was a blow, public and humiliating, eroding the last vestiges of my patience and self-respect. The pain of being so diminished, so carelessly disregarded, ignited a fierce and dark wish within me. In a moment of sheer torment, I found myself silently yearning for retribution, envisioning a force that would shake him to his core, make him feel the depth of the hurt he had inflicted. This wish, born out of anguish and a desperate desire for validation, was a departure from my usual self. It was as if the cumulative weight of every slight, every dismissal in my past relationships had converged into a singular, potent thought. The intensity of this desire for justice, or perhaps vengeance, surprised and scared me. It was a raw, unfiltered emotion that seemed to echo into the void, seeking an echo. Little did I understand the power of such a charged wish, the ripple it would send across the fabric of reality. It was a momentary lapse, a break in the dam of my usual kindness and rationality, unleashing a torrent of pent-up frustration and anger. This was not just a fleeting thought, it was a clarion call to the universe, one that, unbeknownst to me, would not go unanswered. The morning after my silent outburst, an unexpected visitor appeared at my doorstep. It was Greg, but not the man I knew. His usual confidence was replaced by a vulnerability I had never seen. His eyes were wide, the color drained from his face, painting a picture of genuine terror. As he knelt before me, his words tumbled out in a frenzied apology, but it was the story that followed which chilled me to the bone. Greg recounted a night that defied explanation, a nightmare that had spilled into reality. He described waking to an eerie, suffocating darkness, heavier than the stillness of sleep. It was then he heard it, a laughter not of this world, a sound that seemed to mock his every fear. As his eyes adjusted to the dimness, he saw a figure by his bed, an apparition bearing a grotesque resemblance to me, but twisted, as if by some malevolent force. This specter, a mirror of me yet imbued with an unspeakable malice, approached with a glacial pace, each step measured, deliberate. Greg recounted the horror of seeing my familiar features morphed into a visage of rage, my eyes bloodshot and burning with an unrecognizable fury. As this doppelganger reached for him, her hands found his throat with a chilling precision. Greg gasped for air, his lungs burning, as an unseen force constricted his breath. He struggled against the grip, against the weight of an oppressive malice that sought to crush his very essence. In his recounting, he spoke of the surrealism of the moment, the disbelief that such a nightmarish encounter could be real. Yet the physicality of the assault, the feeling of hands tightening around his neck, left no room for doubt. As he lay there, on the brink of unconsciousness, the laughter echoed once more, a sinister sound that seemed to celebrate his impending doom. It was only when he thought he could endure no more, when the darkness began to close in, that the pressure suddenly lifted. Gasping for breath, he awoke to the cold light of dawn, alone but unmistakably marked by the encounter. Greg's story, his fear, was palpable. As he implored my forgiveness, the realization of what my vengeful thoughts might have unleashed washed over me. The boundaries between thought and reality, so clearly defined in my mind, had blurred in a way that was both terrifying and incomprehensible. This horrifying revelation served as a stark reminder of the power that lies within us, a force that, when combined with the darkest of desires, can manifest in ways beyond our understanding. Greg's harrowing experience was a turning point. Our relationship found new footing, yet the shadow of that night lingered. Eventually, we parted ways, but the lesson remained: thoughts, charged with emotion, hold a power beyond our understanding. Treading carefully in the realm of thought. My story, shared among countless others on Reddit, serves as a cautionary tale. It's a true scary story, not of ghosts or ghouls, but of the untapped power within us. As I navigate life's complexities, I tread carefully, mindful of the energy I put forth, for in the realm of thought, the material and the ethereal blur in ways we may never fully comprehend. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, guys.